ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, ना नकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा, ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good evening, friends. We are very happy to see you all here today in this webinar. We would like to thank each one of you for your valuable time to join this special webinar today. Today's webinar is very, very special because today we are offering an invitation to become the Franchise India partner. So would mean that Franchise India has extended our own opportunity now wherein we are looking forward for like-minded people to join Franchise India as our business partners. And the business model is independent franchise consultant model. So it is independent. You don't need any office. That's all given by Franchise India. We help and support all through that we will discuss today in this webinar. But this is individual roles. But it's an invitation from Franchise India for few who have passion for consulting and would like to become partner with Franchise India. So Franchise India is world's largest franchise distribution company, and now we have 97 cities network in India, and we are also in 12 countries. So the vision is G20 of franchising. So we are entering into 20 countries with the same model, wherein we will go and operate and talk about franchising in these countries. So 12 countries we have already now in with the same model. So if we talk about platform, Franchise India platform. So Franchise India platform is a trusted advisory platform how to start your own business. And IFC is a specialist how to start your own business specialist. So what is our business? I'll simplify. So we work with investors at one side and we handhold, we guide because there are a lot of professionals, a lot of people who want to start some business, but they have no idea where to invest. They have no capability of choosing the right opportunity. And sometimes they go through social media and pick up a wrong business and they invest and then they lose money. So they have no understanding how to choose because it's very, very difficult and it's a process driven understanding need to be have for your business model, your financials, and what kind of business this is, whether it is going to be a long-term proposition for this because one-time lifetime decision which somebody has to take. So Franchise India have this advisory service which has been created for investors because in Franchise India is an investor centric company, franchise focused. So that is one side of it is very, very strong. And we have around 1 lakh investors every month connecting with Franchise India for buying the business. It can be any model because there are so many models into this. It can be any investment, it can be any category or any brand. Other side, we have businesses and opportunities with us. Now, these businesses and opportunities are exclusive with us. We have more than 18,000 businesses, and now we have also very exclusive contracts with around 1,100 companies, wherein we are helping them to grow in different markets via franchise route. So these are two banks or two communities we work very closely, one side investors and one side business and brands. What we do is we match make. So we are super connectors, we are matchmakers, and we connect with them and we match make both. So we do deals. And we have a byline that nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India. And Franchise India have biggest network today, and this biggest network is in 97 cities, and as I said, 12 countries already. We are already now entered in UAE market. We are operating in Mongolia, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Africa, Singapore, Australia, UK, Ireland, Canada, and also Thailand. We have entered. We have decided that we're going to do now G20 of franchise, as I said. So 20 countries is our vision, which is very, very soon we are going to complete. Today, everything we consume is coming from some franchise industry, right? Franchise category, franchise company, because the consumption is growing every day. So if you can check yourself also what you consume from morning till evening or everyday life, it can be your morning milk to bakery products to going to petrol pumps and using your two-wheelers, four-wheelers. It's all franchised, right? And then you go to send your kids to school, going to gym, going to anywhere you see anything and everything. Clothing we wear, kids wear, women wear, gents wear. Everything is coming from franchise companies. So that's why this industry is growing. So it is now $4.8 trillion industry and just growing multifolded. Now, if you see, there are there are multiple of people. There are professionals who are now working in some companies or organizations. They want to start some new business, but they have no time, but they want to invest. So we have something for them. There are different models which has been created. For professionals also, there is a model. And for someone who is a serial entrepreneur, there is a business model for them also. So Franchise India have right from some 8-10 lakh rupees to it can be 10 crore, 20 crore, 50 crore, 100 crore opportunities. We have everything, and every brand who is offering franchise has come from Franchise India. So we have developed that. So if you can check yourself also, any category you name top 10 brands, any category, we have a Q&A box in this. You can use your Q&A box and share. You name any brand which is in franchising, any category. So top 10 brands also has developed by Franchise India. Today we work not only with startups, because startup need us more, but we have established brands, corporate brands, which are Reliance, we have Adani, we have Tata. These are all working with us. So their projects also, we are very, very honored and very, very proud that we are also having such kind of opportunities also with us. And now, time to come, Aditya Birla is coming also opportunity in franchise. So there are every big house and these corporates are also coming into franchising, and everything would be now franchise, because if you see in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities also, everything is branded. Everybody want to have brand, right? So you whether you go to salon, you want to have a branded. So anything and everything is now, and people are connected with metros, and the exposure is at that level that everybody is looking forward to have a brand. That's why franchising is growing humongously. And as I said, considering this humongous opportunity, Franchise India have taken this initiative, and we have grown it last 5 years, and now we have further taken this opportunity to grow in other cities also, wherein we were not open earlier, and some cities wherein metros we want to grow more because there's a opportunity which is growing, and some cities we were not into our own opportunity. We were not interested earlier, or there was no requirement. But now when we see the growth is growing, everything is growing. We have a brand like Reliance. Now Reliance expansion is tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities. So that's wherein the opportunity, when it grows, franchising grows, we also are now looking forward for such cities to have our own partner. That's why this webinar we have invited people and friends who can come, join, understand. If we really feel like that we have that understanding both together for becoming a partner, we evaluate right, and then we will look forward for joining hands with few of you. Today's webinar, we will give you understanding about what Franchise India has done till now, 27 years journey, what we have done, how we have grown, and how journey started, and then how brokerage business came in, and why was requirement of advisory services and this consulting service to be created at this platform. And also we'll talk about industry, franchise industry overall, how big this industry is, and what is the size now of this franchising, and then what is next opportunity in 10 years, 20 years, which is coming up. And this is also we are going to talk about. Third, we'll discuss about today's opportunity in length. What is independent franchise consultant? What's your role and responsibility? How our business model has been created, and how the monetization model will happen. What is the payout structure? We'll take you through a presentation as well and give you complete understanding about this business model in this. But before that, I'll give you also understanding that Franchise India have got three companies altogether, largely. In India, we are well known, 27 years journey, and there is no competitor outside, no competition with us. We are having 97% of market share, and it's very well known with Franchise India as a brand. Now, outside India, globally, we are known as Fran Global. Fran Global is a market entry for all international brands who wanted to come in India. If you see, Franchise India have got Subway in India in 1998. So likewise, if you talk about Domino's, Pizza Hut, KFC, and all McD's and all these are all companies got Fran Global in India. And Fran Global is also helping Indian companies to expand outside India. So Fran Global is our second company. Third is FranCorp. FranCorp is world's largest consulting company. And this company is the only company who is helping businesses to get into franchise. So they will make franchise businesses ready and then get into franchise. And they also help all international brands to help to India once they come in India, and there has to be fine tuning in the business model. And FranCorp is actually US based company. It's world's largest, 47-year-old in India. Last 20 years, we own master rights of FranCorp in India. So we own FranCorp in India. That's how FranCorp helps all businesses to get into franchising, get them ready, and then only they can go for franchise development. Franchise India also have a media house. We run 3 publications, which I think largely people know us by the Franchising World magazine, which is a 25-year-old, only business magazine, franchise opportunity-related magazine in India. And we have Retailer magazine, and we also have Entrepreneur magazine. Entrepreneur is a US-based magazine in India and Asia-Pacific. Franchise India have got rights of publishing and distribution of this magazine in India. We also have a digital website, which is portal, franchiseindia.com. You can visit our franchiseindia.com as well. So more than 18,000 companies are with us today listed on our franchiseindia.com. And there you can check your opportunity with your category-wise. You can go by investment-wise, or you can also see location-wise opportunities as well on our Franchise India website. Franchise India is also very proud that we have world's largest brand portfolio. We have 35 global brands now in India, wherein Franchise India have invested as master franchise in these brands. But these are 35, and now idea is we will be growing now up to 100 global brands in India that we'll also talk about today in this webinar to give you some more understanding about what is our plan in time to come. But what are these 35 brands wherein we have invested as master franchise in India? So friends, before we start the webinar, I'll give you some understanding about the webinar, understanding how to communicate from your side, because this is one-sided. We don't have any option wherein you can talk to us. So there's a Q&A box in this. You can see on the bottom. Please use Q&A box. You can share us any query, any question you have, and we will also ask you some questions because we also want to know who is there with us today. What's your profile, which city you are coming from. As I said, there are few cities which are available wherein we are looking forward for our partners, and we will see what's your profile, where you're coming from. So please reply and make interactive session by using this Q&A box in this. Plus, I'll also give you understanding about our panel today, who is there on the panel and why we are all on panel today. Because as I said, it's a franchise India opportunity and we are very, very serious about this opportunity. So let me also introduce, my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India Consultants Private Limited. Along with me, I have got our leadership team. We have Ravi Kumar, who has joined us from Hyderabad. We have Sajid has joined us from Bangalore. Ajay has joined us from Mumbai. Kapil has joined us from Chennai. We have Mayank joined us from Pune. We have also Vimal who has joined us from Kolkata. And we also have Mr. Rahul Agarwal, and he has also joined us from Delhi corporate office. Along with all of us, we have our managing chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, also has joined us. And I'll invite him first to set up the perspective and give us insights about the franchise industry, how franchising is all about, as I said, a little bit on Franchise India journey, and also about himself and how he started this and what was this brokerage business and this transactional business or advisory business which we started, and now what is our vision and why we want partners also to join us. So stay back and please feel free to use Q&A box, as I said, so that we can also know who is there with us today. Thank you for joining in once again, and over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome to this very special webinar, which we invite independent franchise consultants who work with Franchise India, Frank Global, or Frank Corp. As Sanjay explained, we have 3 companies in the capacity of a consultant and represent our brands and reach out to potential investors who are looking to start a business. So this is an opportunity to become a specialist of advising people how to start a business. So before I get into a full webinar and give you a little overview about this, I have a question for all of you. Use the Q&A box. The Q&A box is there on the bottom. You can click that and answer this question. So introduce yourself. So at least I know where people are coming from, which city you come from. So introduce yourself. If you're a professional, write P. If you're a business owner, write B, just B. So we know that you're a business owner, you have your own company. And if you are in a management consultant already, which means that some form of consulting you run, you can be consultant, coach, trainer, or a counselor or advisor, any form of consulting experience you write, then write MC. And if you are not doing anything at this stage and you're looking for a new career change, write C. 4 options: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultants, and C for career change. And also add your city, which city you're coming from. So there is somebody from Mahinder who's come from Hyderabad, is working as a IT professional. Welcome, Mahinder. And then we have Vijay Kumar Reddy, who's also a professional but working in Lisbon. Okay, so you're not living in that thing. And then we have Bala Ganesh, who's actually from Saudi Arabia, he wrote earlier, and is also a professional. Then we have Smita, which is Bombay. She's an if I'm understanding right, then she's a management consultant. And then Rohit is a business owner in Bangalore. I'm actually today in Bangalore, so it's a great market for franchising. We have a great business there, always had, because one of the markets where people come from outside and then start living in Bangalore, and they all look for opportunities within Bangalore. So we do a very large practice in Bangalore. Then we have Pankaj, who's a consultant and is from Patna. Pankaj, we are also doing a show in Patna this month. And we have done hundreds of shows in Patna. Patna, again, great market. We just signed up Starbucks franchise in Patna. So that's recently been done. Rather, actually, 2 have been done in Patna itself. So, and then we have Girish, who's joined from Bangalore. Welcome, Girish. Then Ismail, which is joined from Davangere, again, business owner. Then Satish is in Bangalore, working professional, and is on a career change. He's looking for a new opportunity. Mohammed is from Calicut. Calicut, we have our team, and our senior guy who sits out of Kochi is also visiting Calicut. So as an entrepreneur, Mohammed, will love to talk to you because you're all an entrepreneur, and Calicut is a great market for us. We are also doing a show in Calicut this time. And we have Bangalore, again, a management consultant looking for a career change. I cannot see your name. It doesn't come in. It's our Raghavendra. Raghavendra, welcome. Then Abhinav is from Hyderabad. Abhinav, you should meet Ravi. He's a senior member with us, looks after Andhra Telangana. And then there is somebody who's Samsung is coming, but he's from Patna. You should talk to Bimal Agarwal. Bimal looks after East India. Then there's Karan, who's also from Nagpur. Nagpur is a market which I'm very, very keen. We have done a lot of work in that market, a lot of shows in the market, but currently we are looking for somebody strong in Nagpur. We get a phenomenal amount of leads, and especially if you look at markets like Nagpur and places like that, it doesn't create too many jobs, right? And people are hungry for starting something for themselves where they can have comfort of living in their own city, not want to move out of city, and a lot of wealth is there. So people tend to start something of their own. And when you're starting something for your own, you have two choices. One, you can start your own brand and build it up, which has a lot of risk. You don't know how to do it. There's no expertise you have. Second is buy a franchise. So franchise business are much safer than starting your own brand. So people tend to buy a franchise. That's why this industry has become such a big industry. It's as Sanjay was saying, $4.7 trillion. If this was a country, it would be a much bigger economy than India. India is already fifth economy of the world. This would have been a fourth economy of the world. So it's that strong. Then we have Arun. Arun is from Calcutta. Arun, we have a office in Sector 5. You can visit our office. Every market, every city which we were talking about, most of the markets, we have our offices. Then Shafiq is there. And right now in Abu Dhabi. So Shafiq, I'm there in 9th in Dubai office. So we have office in Dubai. And we do a lot of work in GCC, the entire GCC. Others also, because I see a lot of people have joined in, a lot of people have not written, introduced yourself. It's always good to introduce yourself so we know where you're coming from, and it helps us to understand your profiling. Because for me, any consultant we invite to become partner with us, it's not capital. Rather, when Sanjay will take you through this amount we charge to make anybody a consultant, you can recover that in maybe 2 months or less than that, sometime first month itself. So money is not important. For me, 99% of qualification only happens on the profile of a person and the involvement they bring in. I'm again repeating, there are 3 types of businesses in the world. 3 types of ROI in any business in the world. One ROI is return on investment. So businesses which need large capital, these businesses are normally what we call and see through return on investment. The other 2 are more important to me, which is one is the return on intelligence and return on involvement. So we are looking for people who come with these 2. How much intelligence you bring in, which means about your market, your experience, your qualification, and other factors which are there, right? And second is how involved you are. So if you demonstrate to me these 2 things, I can guarantee that this profession which you would join with us would be more lucrative, more satisfying than anything else you've seen. So let's get started. There's also somebody has written Vikrant. He's from Delhi. Delhi, we are headquartered in a place called Surajkund. We have a large office there, so you can visit there and you can see our setup, visit and get a tour of our head office. And that would also help a lot of people to understand the strength of the organization and so forth. Okay, let's get started. So what I'm going to cover, I'm going to talk about a little bit of my journey and how it started. And you can relate because I do the same, which I'm inviting you to do. I'm a consultant at heart. I spend about 25 days in travel. Some people don't feel it's the best thing to do, but I love it. I love it because I want to sit across clients and I want to talk to them. I travel different cities. This month alone, I will travel 28 days, 6 countries in a single month, and then multiple cities in India. So that's normal month for me. But I enjoy it because I try to meet more and more people and understand their businesses, understand where they're coming from, how we can help them scale their businesses. So I started this journey not as a conscious step. So I was in telecom in 95, very successful telecom career, never did a job. So I was pretty much designed to be an entrepreneur. And in 98, I moved to US. And when I moved to US, I saw the whole I was very curious to know how this large economy was built. So we all get impressed by this American economy, which sits at $27 trillion today, but nobody really sees the foundation of this economy. The foundation was entrepreneurship. They help people to become entrepreneurs. The mindset was everybody can build a dream business. And that was very exciting to me. And I felt that India was not like that. India now is becoming like that. But that time, everybody wanted a secure job and everybody just wanted to get a government job and things of that nature. And that was decided to be a better career than becoming an entrepreneur. Rather, entrepreneur was not very respected, and and I felt that this is not right. Entrepreneurs build economy, they build countries, they create jobs. So unless and until we focus on building entrepreneurship in any market, we cannot do anything to our economy. Rather, I feel today, if really speaking, if you really want to have India grow to 5 trillion economy, it will not come from infra push. It will not come from just our industries. It will come from building entrepreneurs. And anything which should be the biggest priority for Prime Minister of India should be how we actually seed. And he's done a great job. He's done a great job to seed people that they can have a whole startup India and all these things, and how easy funding can go to businesses so that businesses can rise. So for this agenda, I came back to India in 99, started a company called Franchise India. And slowly, reaching out to entrepreneurs, would-be entrepreneurs, started with the magazine, then launched another magazine. Now we have 3 magazines. We took over the world's #1 magazine also called Entrepreneur. Started doing shows. We do 200 plus shows in every market. If you've been looking at business, 100% you will know about Franchise India. It's such a popular name because of our shows. Every week, there are multiple shows happening in different market, different cities. Like this week, 7th, we will have a big show in Calcutta. Then 8th, we'll have a show in Chandigarh. So similarly, every month, we have 20-25 shows happening in different parts. Rather, as we speak, we have one big show, Entrepreneur India, is going on in Pragati Maidan. And that's a top-of-the-line show from Franchise India. So we do 200 shows, portals which people subscribe to. We have Franchise India. So you search anything on Google and say, I want to buy a franchise. 100% you're coming to us, right? Any franchise. You can write XYZ franchise. You can say Tanish franchise or something like franchise. You'll come to Franchise India. And that's where people get choices. And they get choices of finding what businesses they can do. And India, we are Franchise India. Outside, we have Fran Global, where you can search any kind of global opportunity. And then we have regional sites also in different parts. And then we have a very large brokerage business. What is brokerage business? Where we sell franchisees or outsource franchise development from companies. So we have brands on one side, so which are exclusive with us, right? These brands outsource entire franchise development to us. And on the other side, we have investors. And what job is to bring them together and do a deal. So we are deal makers. So as a platform, what we do, clearly understand. And if you have questions, please write in the Q&A box, because I want you to take home full knowledge about this business. We do 3 things. 1, help investors invest into active businesses. Now, active businesses can be either you start a new franchise or you can buy into a running business. Live in Bangalore, I just finished a meeting with somebody who wanted to sell his large electronic store business. And is very profitable, but his son doesn't want to continue in that business. So he came to us, said, can we get you a buyer? And there are a lot of investors we have, which would go and invest into that business. So how interesting this part is. First, let's try to understand the first part. How big is this opportunity? Every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. Every home. Even all of you who joined in, if you look at it, your home also would have somebody who's looking to start a business. It is that large an opportunity. You're pretty much covering everyone. Students studying in college want to start a business. People in business want to diversify and look at new businesses. People in jobs want to leave the jobs and start one new business. It's real. It's happening at this stage. And there is nobody who's serving that demand. Like if I want to buy a property, there are 1 million brokers there. Right? If I want to invest into share market or entire thing, there would be another 1 million people there. But if I want to buy a business, there is no one. Right? There is no one outside Franchise India, Fran Global. It's a tremendous opportunity. And you should ask why there's no one. A lot of people would have tried to copy us, but how would you aggregate so many brands? It's impossible to create this portfolio, is not easy, right? It has taken time. It has taken us 27 years to build this portfolio and trust. And getting investors is even more impossible because investors need a huge amount of trust. Because they have seen Franchise India, Fran Global for 27 years, and they've seen me selling more franchise or more businesses than anybody else in the market. If you know anybody who's bought a franchise, go to him and ask him. Most likely he will say, I got into Franchise India and got it. They can say, I went to Franchise India show, or saw their magazine, or I used their brokerage to buy a business. With this trust, we are able to achieve what we are talking and sharing now with inviting partners on board. We rather have a line says nobody sells more business than Franchise India. And this is true. Globally, there is no organization who sells more businesses than us. Rather, I would use this statement in the first 1 to 10, it's only Franchise India, Fran Global. There's nobody globally. India, obviously, nobody is there. But internationally also, there's nobody. Right? We are a 1,200 people, full-time employees organization focused on helping people start their business. So this is large opportunity. Now, the second thing what we do is help businesses scale. Right? Just now, I had another meeting with a Korean brand. It's a Korean street food brand. He started 4 stores, a young guy, and he wants to now scale the business. What choice he has? Either he can go and try it for equity. But when you are 4 stores, who is going to give you equity? No private equity is interested in you. No large fund is interested in you. On the other side, he has to take a debt. Debt also is very difficult to get in India. And if you take it, also cost of capital will kill you. So franchising becomes a very interesting idea to scale your business model, scale your idea. Even the largest of the corporations, as Sanjay was saying, the Reliance and the Tatas and the Mahindras and the Adanis, everybody is using franchising as a tool to bring entrepreneurs on board. Look at 2 companies I will give you and what has happened to them using franchise. One was company coming from Tata's house called Zodio. Zodio did 560 franchisees, 2.5 crores each investment in 3 years. And look at the parent company, how it performed. From a very small size of business, they've reached to a significant size of business. I'll give you another company, Kalyan Jewelry. Kalyan Jewelry did 123 franchisee in just 1 year with 20 crore plus investment. You see the kind of capital these brands are able to raise, and it gives an opportunity of these entrepreneurs who wanted to always start that. Imagine you start your own jewelry business. Nobody knows you. Your potential to survive is very, very low. But if you start with Kalyan or Tanishq or any other big brand, your potential to survive is 100%. I mean, it can vary that how much return you get. You get higher return because you had a higher performing store. You can have lower, but you have chances of performance is much guaranteed than starting your own thing. So we help these interesting businesses. It can be large corporations, multinationals, it can be mid-sized regional brands, and even startups scale their business through franchising. Every single month, we do anything from 75 to 100 new companies, which we help them scale through franchise. So which means that we are adding almost 100 companies every single month to get into franchising, right? And this number would continue to grow because we will have more startups coming in, and these startups would have to scale their business through franchise. And franchising is not new, and it has been there it is actually a combination of opportunity and entrepreneurship, and that always worked. I remember, if you all remember, in 80s, STD PCO shops were created. Right? It was created by Department of Telecommunication, and it was all over India. There were 85,000 franchisees who used to run these STD PCO shops. So at that level also is a micro franchising going on. Today, micro franchising, great example is Uber and Ola. So many people became these car owners who are micro franchisees and run with this company. And on the other side, you have large corporation like Coca-Cola, which is a franchise. They do bottling and distribution franchise rights to somebody. So on one side, you have the Marriotts and the and the Apollo hospitals and the Coca-Colas and likes of them, the large investment businesses. And other side, you have these micro businesses which are there. Across spectrum, franchising is part of our life on a day-to-day basis. When we start in the morning, we have Amul. It comes from where? It comes from a franchise outlet. If you are in Bangalore, you have a Nandini. If you get milk from Nandini, it's a franchise outlet. Then you send your kids to school, most likely they're going to franchise outlet. You take your car and get a gas station, get your fuel done, it's a franchise outlet. You go to office and order some food from outside, it's coming from any of dark kitchen or restaurant, it's a franchise outlet. You go on a weekend with your family to do shopping, most of the place you shop is a franchise business. Any fashion brand today, nobody is wearing, anybody is going and stitching his own clothes. Everybody is going and buying branded ones. Yeah. If you order, unfortunately, you're not well and you have to have a diagnostic done, most likely you will get a Dr. Lal or a Metropolis or any other franchise business coming to you, right? So anything and everything we consume, even the courier coming to your home is a franchise. We're currently also doing Zepto franchise, which is a Blinkit franchise. These are all quick service commerce. It is possible in India. They are able to deliver in 9-10 minutes because it is run by a franchisee in your neighborhood. So franchising creates impact on our economy and it creates entrepreneurs, right? That's why it has become agenda for, the most of the prime ministers of the world, that they want to encourage franchising because it helps the economy and consumption. And that's what is happening in India. India is what? We have more customers than any part of the world, right? Because our population has become our greatest asset. So we have consumption. Second thing, this consumption is looking at, because of telecom, because of this data, because of this social sites, we are becoming more and more aware about brands. Yes. Everybody is becoming more. So we have the largest population, which is becoming aware about brands, want to consume only brands. So what is going to happen with franchising? Franchising will go hockey stick growth. Any analyst can just easily say, as people would become more richer, and they want more brands, what is going to happen? Franchising is going to grow. Franchising is all about building branded services and retail, or branded environments, I call it. Nobody wants to stay. I used to come to Hyderabad. Ravi is there, entire thing. Old airport, come out of that entire thing. There used to be some non-branded hotel outside the airport when I started coming. And that hotel might be there still, but nobody goes there. Everybody goes to the Marriott, the Sheratons, the Westin, the ITCs, the Taj. They're all franchise. There are GVK, which is a big group out of Hyderabad, is the biggest franchisee for Taj hotels, right? Even in Taj Chandigarh is owned by GVK as a franchisee, right? So GVK is a large company. They can build their own hotel, right? But they also chose, because if you had a GVK hotel, people will still not come. Because it is Taj, people come. So everything we consume would become branded. And that's where the opportunity of franchising is. Third part is also on what services we do is help people exit their business. So we value their business and help them find an exit. So this is an opportunity. And if you are able to assess it right, you will find that the first tick mark, any business or any career you choose, is the growth in that industry. I can challenge you that you find another industry which has higher growth than this. There is no other industry which can give you this growth. It's directly proportionate to consumption and population, right? And that's both are the best in this market, right? Now comes to the second part, how you really benefit out of it. If you become a consultant, we give you the brands and we give you the leads. Your job is to counsel these two and bring them together. Your job is also to reach out to independent businesses, and if they are good, help them to scale through franchise. And if somebody comes to you and say, look, I want to sell my business, we will value the business and go out and find out the right investors. So you make money out of the brands, you make money out of investors, and that's going to be the very, very satisfying and financially rewarding business. So why independent franchise consultant? Pre-COVID, I was not doing too much focus on independent franchise consultant. While the program was there, but I never focused because we had large teams and we had offices everywhere. But in COVID, I realized the value of experience. A person who has done a lot of professional journey, brings in, right? So today I have 150 independent franchise consultants spread in about 10 countries and in India about 90 cities. And these consultants averagely are 20 years plus experience. So they bring in a huge amount of experience. They bring in a huge amount of local knowledge and local connect. And they also bring in huge amount of integrity, which is very important because now people are coming to you seeking your advice and you have to be honest about it, right? And this program, especially in COVID, was most satisfying thing I did in my life because all these partners never moved out of the home and they made strong good monies, and they were so busy and involved, they mentally engaged, right? So this became very close to my heart because I felt that I did something good, and people benefited out of my experience. I have the experience of running the largest franchise company. So I shared my experience, I shared my training, I shared my entire thing, and they became successful. Because they became successful, I only want now make sure that anybody who joins in this program is equally or more successful. So that is why we do this webinar. We present you the opportunity, you review that opportunity, talk to a regional guy for people, and then they would have to bring it to me back, where I have to talk to you one-on-one. And if I feel that there is a meeting of mind and there is a value which we can do together, then we'll get into this partnership. So where you get benefited and support from us, obviously, as I said, we give you all both things. You don't have to do any kind of cold call, anything like that. We don't want your quality time on going on advisory. And where we support you, we call the MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring. We'll mentor you. We guide you every single day how you need to do that. Second, O stands for opportunities. Every single day, we bring a new opportunity for you. Every single day. If you start from now, in 365 days, 1 year, 365 minimum opportunities you'd get. It's impossible. It's impossible for anybody to do it. If you want to see that, go on a Franchise India's Facebook channel and YouTube channel. Every single day, we do a live webinar to launch an opportunity. Every single day. Right? This is impossible content. If you are advising somebody and you send every day a WhatsApp message to him, say, boom, there's another opportunity today. He'll never leave your mailing list because you're seeding opportunities to people. People love opportunities, right? And if you're interested in becoming business, like if you want to buy a car and if somebody keeps sending you information on car, you always look at it. But cars is not the first love. It's not a big decision for you. But buying a business is among the top 5 decisions of your life. So if I was interested in buying a business and you are my consultant and you keep sending me every day opportunity, I want to talk to you every day, right? Because I'm interested in choosing a right career of my life. Like you all are sitting here. You're all doing the same thing. You're looking at starting a career, starting an opportunity which can help you grow in your life and make financially sound. This all can be done if you choose the right opportunity. That's what we help. So that's O. So S stands for MOST. M stands for mentoring, O stands for opportunity, S stands for sport. Initial days, particularly, you need a lot of support. How do I structure a deal? How the legal agreement will work? What terms we can negotiate? How do I send the proposal? From sending a proposal to getting the account, getting a lot of work you need to get. And we have a very active support on the ground with you. So it's not that there is a head office where you have to talk. Our people are on the ground to work with you, do meetings with you, come to you with your calls. That's very, very important part, especially the first 6 months. And last is training. Training is key in this business. We have over the time mastered this methodology of doing this deal making. So we train you on that. Rather, I take the maximum training. It's a 3-day residential training in Delhi headquarters, where you stay, where we host you completely. We do your hotel, airport pickup, all your meals, everything is done with us. You have to just take a ticket and come. And we host you completely. And the 3-day training, out of that 2 days, I personally take, and it's 8 hours extensive training where you completely learn and understand the business opportunity. So friends, this is a very, very interesting opportunity. It's a very large marketplace. It's also socially very recognized opportunity, because sometimes when you start, you also have to socially position yourself. So if you become a consultant and you are advising people to own a new business, you're socially very important person, because you are helping other entrepreneurs do this piece. So, but it's not for everyone. I should also say this. Not everybody thinks that consultant is cool and it's exciting, but they don't know that it's also demanding. It involves your time, it involves your effort. You need to constantly learn yourself. Every day has a learning, every day, you know, and that's very important, very, very important. Doesn't come easy, right? And unless and until you decide that every day when I go to bed, I tell myself I've learned something today, then only you are committed to become a great consultant. So if you genuinely feel that you have in you and you really want to help other entrepreneurs, then talk to our teams. They would organize a meeting with me, and then we'll take a decision further on that. So friends, I will have to leave now. I will pass it on to Sanjay. He will run a small presentation, give you the whole structured approach on how this whole journey works. Ask your questions on Q&A box. Our entire team is there. They would take it up the questions and talk to you. And if you find you are eligible, then only we will have a discussion further. Share your profile in the chat box also, so that we are able to understand your profile a little more. Then, while we've captured what are you doing currently, but I think if we are able to get a little more information about you, that will help us to understand you better. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Over to you, Sanjay, for running the presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Friends, please be there for next 10-15 minutes. Will not take much time, but 10-15 minutes will give you understanding about a few slides of the presentation. Later on, we will have one-on-one meeting, one-on-one discussions, where you can have more questions, and we will have you complete understanding on the business model now, wherein I can give you some understanding about few slides of this presentation. So, friends, please check if my screen is visible. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Great. So first slide says, what is franchising? We discussed franchising is $4.8 trillion industry. We are talking about what we consume today is coming from franchising, as we discussed. So everything around you see franchising, because if you want to go any branded store, you have no idea, because it's a similar name is similar, store is similar, everything is similar. You go to MACD, you don't know whether it's a franchise, because for consumer there is no difference. Does no meaning for you, because you go to MACD, it's the same, but it's franchise, right? So everything looks same. That's what you need to have, a standardized policy, and wherein your every store would look like same. You go to any ice cream parlor, if it is franchise, like for example, we have Baskin Robbins, it's an international brand. There's a Delhi-based brand, one Gyanis. If you go to Gyanis, any of the store, it will look like same. So that's what franchising is all about, because it's a process-driven and SOPs and system-driven opportunity, which is now replicated to other cities, and that's what franchising is all about. So franchising, what we do is we offer brand name, and second, we offer know-how of the business. So brands will give you the brand name plus know-how of the business, like how to do this business. So they'll give that formula. So if I talk about now further to franchising, and franchising, as I said, we are talking about now segments of franchising. Segments of franchising would be where we have different formats and different categories. Now, different categories would mean that we will give you understanding about the different category. If I talk about, for example, today we are talking about healthcare. Now, healthcare is a category. Now, further to this, there is a subcategory. Then there is further subcategory. All are franchised. You go to healthcare, you go to food and beverage. Now, in F&B also, there is a main category, then there is a subcategory, then there is subcategory. Education. Again, in education, what in education? It can go to preschool, it can go to coaching, it can go to higher secondary school, or it can go to any other kind of a, after school, suppose after school activity, or there is a daycare activity or anything else. Now there are a lot of other opportunities in the similar categories which has now evolved as franchising, and that's what franchising is now talking about, getting into different mode also. Now if you go to auto sector, automobile. Now auto, we are talking about today EV segment, and EV two-wheelers also is into franchise. They enter into new markets, and also they go for franchising only. And in regard to if we talk about uh, EV segment, so there's a charging station also attached to it. Now go to courier companies. Courier is also franchise. Now go to direct to home. Some services are direct to home, which are again franchised. So everything which we are talking about today, we consume, is coming from a franchise company, and that's wherein franchising is talking about into franchising, and then there are different categories, different segments into franchise. You have to excuse me 1 second, and I have to take you through another part. Give me 1 second only, so that we can give you understanding about the idea about whole category, which is into franchise, and then we will take you through how franchising would talk about in terms of uh, you know category wise. So the categories are evolved. Categories are evolved, and this category system, which is now talking about, is going to be very, very helpful for us to understand. And there we will be talking about different categories also today. And these categories are talking about now into different profiles, and wherein we are talking about franchising started. It is 7 decade old. It's not new. Franchising is not new in India. It is 7 decade old franchise. And when we are talking about franchise in India, so it was very long back when you can see NI, Jet King, and there are all old companies who have started franchising, but nobody was already having understanding about whether it's a franchise or non-franchise. So nobody was talking about franchising because it was actually different uh, criteria that time, different area wherein people were not talking about openly franchising because it was looking like a borrowing money. Borrowing money means when you are offering franchise, you borrow money. It's a fundraising. So people were talking about it is not ethical for letting people know that we are borrowing money. So franchising that time was not common. So now franchise India, when come in between, we evolved this category and got this industry. We build this industry slowly and gradually, and we actually educate people. We have a lot of conferences we did for helping people to understand franchising. And now if we talk about categories like, as I said, healthcare, financial, we are working with Motilal Oswal, we are working with ICICI Securities, even Kotak Mahindra. It's all financial service companies. They are all franchised. Retail, in any kind of retail. It's a food retail, it's a any fashion retail, it's a garments to shoe wear to anything you talk about in retail is also franchise. Now today there's a lot of international brands. Like there's a Miniso, one of the brand people were very crazy about. Kids are very crazy. Now they have entered India and they are also offering franchise. Now there are other companies like that, Japan-based, China-based companies. They're also coming in India and they are also offering franchise, and that's how they operate now. Further in malls, you will see all these brands who are coming are all franchised. Rather, franchise India is working with all these malls also to fill up that space. And we have international brands which come on the ground floor, and then you will see also vanilla brands. You see also local brands. You see not only this, you will also see multiplex, which is also franchise. You will see gaming zone. It's also franchise. So anything you go to food court, that's franchise. So anything in a mall also, you see, maybe it can be G+6 floor, everything is franchise. Now, any ice cream parlor to shop in shop also, you'll see there are some small kiosk models. They're also franchise. And then there's a cafe, cafe, ice cream parlors. These are all franchise. Even there are some mobile accessory stores. They're all franchise. There is a cosmetic stores. They're all franchised. So these are all franchisees who are open now. And when you're talking about any mall which is coming up in any area, So people will invest. Once they invest, after that, either they rent it out, lease it out, or they want to start their own. Most of the time, they are not finding any good opportunity. Suppose that time of that, because they don't have investment, they have invested in property, they want to lease it. Now, what we do is we come in, we get a investor who want to buy a franchise, and then we get a property from somebody. So you can lease out your property, but someone can invest. Sometimes you have property, you want to start your own business, that's also possible. And then mall, because there's a high footfall which is coming into mall, then it is all franchise. Today, grocery stores, they're all franchise. So because these grocery stores are also now looking forward for different locations, different regions, and they're all franchise. Anything today, now you see pet care clinics. Pet care clinics are also franchise. So if you now name few, there are few brands who are also franchising into pet care, because now people are dog lovers, there are pet lovers, and they want services. They want to have services in their city. So now franchising is not limited up to only 2-3 categories, which are largely very large categories. Suppose we are talking education, food, retail, healthcare. These were the main large categories. Now it has gone below this. And now we are talking about very small segment opportunity like gardening. Gardening is also a franchise. Direct to home service is a franchise. And there are now services like, for example, there's a beauty parlor, and now there is another part to it, which is direct to home service. And you will get at your own service at your home, which is you are getting into the beauty parlor or any salon. These salon services, beauty parlor services also offering at home. So these are direct to home services as well. Hotel chains, hospitals, these are all franchised, right? Even petrol pumps, this is all franchise. So overall, if you see anything which is now morning till evening we consume is coming from franchise. And that is where we feel that franchising is growing every day. So that's where we have Franchise India is the only platform for all these companies to get into system. And then what we do is we offer both sides. We have investor side, and we are also offering, uh, you know, uh, we are also offering the opportunity which is there for investors. And that's where we do coming in between, and we are giving you understanding about how to go to franchise and how we can help you to build this in every category. Now, friends, I think we have to take you through about how we are talking about now. What's our system? What is talking about franchising in overall structure? That what's the growth for you? So, friends, when you join us, Franchise India will take you as independent franchise consultant as a base level. So that's an entry level. And now, if you talk about after that, you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, you will become IFC elite member. And elite membership will give you 50% partnership, but starting is 40%, then it will give you 50%. Right? And I'll request my team, if you have presentation ready, anyone can start because I'm facing some challenge in this. So if you have, in the meantime, you can start that, and we'll go by slide so that we can give a little more understanding on that presentation. So what we are talking about is when you joined us, you are becoming a 40% partnership. And after that, you become 50% partner. And then you become 60% partner and 70% partnership also. But when you are at 40%, so would mean you are at base level. And then we have given a growth ladder that you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, which can be only one deal. If you have one deal, you can also get 15 lakh rupees revenue in one just deal. Plus, we also have our own brands, which are master brands, international brands, wherein one deal can qualify you for first level to second level. When you get directly from IFC base to IFC elite, because you need 50 lakh, we are getting 15 to 20 lakh rupees also as a success fees among out of this. Great. So you can go. Very good. Thank you. So we will give you a little more understanding on this. You can, I think, You can go back to the previous slide again, and you can maximize this slide. You can go to the presentation mode so that it can be a full screen. So at IFC base, as I said, it's IFC base at IFC when you become, then IFC elite member, that's okay, you can be, make it 100. That's okay. So you will become our IFC elite member after hitting 15 lakh. And when you become IFC Pro, you want to grow more faster, then you have to hit 50 lakh rupees total revenue. And all this support will be done by Franchise India to qualify for this, to make it happen. And what is deal? Deal would mean when we work with investor and brand, and we help investors to find out the right opportunity, and then they put money in that brand and the deal is closed. So we call it as a deal. Either you do 15 deals or 15 lakh rupees revenue, whichever is coming early, then you are jumping into elite member. Why we have created this is that we feel because our business, the ROI of our business is return on involvement. Some partner is more involved, want to grow faster, you can put more time. So then there's a success ladder for you. So after elite also you want to join, pro membership, then you have to hit 50 lakh, and then master you have to hit, 50 deals or 1 CR revenue part of it. So how it is going to change? Next slide, please, and that will give us understanding about what is your payout structuring. And now if I'm talking about IFC at the base level, you can put also cursor on IFC first level, which is 40, and this 40 will help you. That's the first level wherein you become our partner 40%, and we become 60% partner. Would mean that if you do a transaction of 10 lakh rupees, so 4 lakh will go to you, 6 lakh will go to us, but your 4 lakh rupees has no investment. No investment in terms of, there is no lead generation, there is no any event, no marketing, no lead generation from your side. So all these would be done by us, not even a single penny investment from your side for any activity. So we are giving you leads, we'll give you brands, and brand related leads also, investing leads also, who are looking for investment, and some are looking for particular brands. So we'll give you those leads also. So enough leads are there in the system, but you will get 40% out of this. And then you become elite member, you become 50%. And once you are pro member, you become 60%. And when you hit master, you become 70% of it. So friends, when you become 70%, again, as I said, not even a single penny you have to invest again at 70%. So we are 30% shareholder, but all the investments would be done out of our 30%. But this 40%, and then there's another product wherein you see 20%. This is BD. So I'm talking about now. There are some, you must be willing to know what is IA, IS, BS, and BD. Now, IA stands for investor acquisition. As we discussed earlier, we are working with two communities, which is investor, and then there's a brands. Now, investor is I, brands are B. So investor, when we work, we take them on board. When we work with brands, we take them on board. So would mean IA would mean investor acquisition, would mean investor onboarding. So we don't work free. We don't work free. We are an advisors, we are consultants, we don't work free. So when we have an investor, he is looking forward for any kind of investment. It can be 10 lakh to 10 CR. So we onboard investor with us. There is some registration fee which we charge, and investor will pay us a registration fee, and then we take him on board. Then we start finding an opportunity. When we start finding opportunity, would mean service. We do service part. And when the opportunity is done, when the deal is done, when we are finding a right partner, right opportunity, and right brand, wherein investor will pay us a token amount, and then we charge him service fees, which is investor service fees, IS. And at the same time, brand will also pay us brand service fees, that is BS. So brand will pay us service fees, investor will pay us his service fees. Because we have serviced the brand, we are talking about brand when we have sell franchise, means service. So when we sell a franchise, the brand will also pay us success fees, and investor will also pay success fees. And investor is already registered with us. So three businesses, three revenues which we get from one single investor which we are onboarding first with us. Now, how this onboarding happens? So when we have investor, we talk to him, we understand requirement, and then we will ask him to register with us. So registration process is very, very economical, and it starts from 25,000 rupees, and we charge him 25. And then it goes to different levels, and then in IA fees will also go up, but 25 is minimum. And at 25, when we find a franchise, so service fees becomes 50,000 rupees. So in all, investor pays us 75,000 total, first 25 first, and then service fees is 50,000. So we get 75,000. So 25, which we get onboarding of investor, you get 40% on that. Investor service fees, you get 40% again. Then brand is also paying us service fees, you get 40% again. So all three products will get you 40%. But now it's not about one investor acquisition, 25,000, maybe it can be a 10,000 rupees only, it's a small amount. No, it is open for you how many investors you work, you take them on board. Let's assume we take 10, now calculate that way. If I can give an example, you take 10 investors, 10 into 25 would be 2.5 lakh, because we have got 50 minimum leads, we give it to you every month. Every month we give you 50 leads, which are minimum guaranteed. After over and above, it's up to you how many leads you will take, how many leads you want us, and how many brands you want to drive. We give you brand related leads as well. In the meantime, I can see Pravalika who has raised the hand. So Pravalika ji, we value your interest. So please use Q&A box rather than raising the hand, because in this we don't have any, we don't have any opportunity to raise the hand and talk to us. So you can use Q&A box and send us your query. Our team will take it up further. So we will give you leads from investors. We'll give you lead from the brand side also. So some investors who have shared the interest with us that I want to take this brand, and these brand leads also will be given to you. And if you have 10 investors, you get 2.5 lakh. And then you get IS fees, which is 50,000 into 10, that's 5 lakh. And then you get brand service fees, which is 1 lakh to 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 50 lakh also. We have as a brand service fees, and depends on which brand we have already sold. And that's how our IA, IS, BS 3 products combination is, with 40% to start with. And fourth product is BD, which is business development, means brand on board. So we also have opportunity that you can refer us any brand on board, and then we have a meeting with him, we get a brand onboarding. And when we do brand on board, when we are selling franchise for them, but we get them ready first. So what we do is we have 7.5 lakh to 75 lakh. There are 4 formats which we have for brand onboarding. So brand will pay us 7.5 lakh plus GST. It can be as low as 7.5, then 15 lakh, 40 lakh, and 75 lakh also. Now depends on the requirement, depends on the vision and the requirement of the brand. We will also take them on board cost-wise. So what is your share? It will be 20% for giving us a reference. That's it. So you are refer us, we are giving you 20%. Suppose you get us one reference, we got a close at 15 lakh rupees. You get straight away 20%, which is 3 lakh rupees will go to you. And you can refer more every month. It's up to you. There is no restriction how many brands you want to refer. You want to get meetings done, and then we start closing for you, and this will come to your kitty. And that's what completely on every month and every day we do. And while you are getting 50% here on these 3 products and 60 and 70, BD product will remain same as 20%, but this is a bigger ticket, and it is also where only you have to refer us. You don't have to do any service part. You don't have to make them ready. You don't have to do anything in between. No follow-up, nothing. All done by franchise India team, and you have to only get that meeting aligned. And you will be part of that meeting. You will be knowing how things are happening, and then how to get brand onboarding. Lead side, as I said, we have 50 minimum leads per month, which will increase every time whenever you grow up. And there are brand leads also. CRM ID, there will be one CRM ID, which we are giving. Then 1+1, 1+2, 1+3 also it will grow. And that's how this will keep on growing up and you will grow with us. But as I said, lead is not a problem in our case. It is up to you how you are involved. And if you are more involved, more leads will come to you. This is one revenue. Second revenue is we also have all these brands which are onboarded with us. They offer cash incentives to all our partners. So this cash incentive would be from 1 lakh, maybe even 50,000 also in small units, but it can be as high as 5 lakh also. It can be as high as a car also. So there's a lot of cash incentives all our brands are giving, and that's also directly for you. And third is we also have quarterly contests, which are international contests, which we have for our partners. And this is international contests. That would mean that when you are there with us, so we help you with the international contest, which is every quarter, and then we make you qualify. There's some revenue attached to it that this is 3-month criteria to qualify, and we make you qualify. Rather, our regional heads have got targets to make all the partners qualify for that. You get payouts also, and also you go all these international contests also, where all the investment is also done by us. Ravi, I think you have to share again screen for the last slide. And now I'll give you understand that how you become the partner with Franchise India. There is one license fees, which is 5.5 lakh rupees plus GST only. And agreement would be 3 years. Now, next 3 years, we are accountable for giving you all the leads, all the brands, all training, all events, and then rest of the promotions to make you as a brand. Thank you. You can remove this. And rest of the, it's actually lifetime opportunity, but there is a 3-year of agreement, and then there's a renewal basis on how performance has been there for first 3 years, and then whether you want to renew, we want to renew, both sides, and then we charge you very, very nominal amount to get the renewal done. But next 3 years again, we will give you all the support from our side and everything done by Franchise India. But there's one-time license which to become our partner. We have 7th, 8th, and 9th, 3 days training now starting in corporate office. And then next month we'll be also having another training program. And then we have a lot of events which are going on. There are some big events, and there are also all the regional events which we have every month. So partners will get the benefit of coming to these events, and then our team is also supporting you to get the business done at the event. And all the business which you do, you will get full support from Franchise India, and even payment follow-up also done by us. All the teams are there always to help you locally, where offices are there, where you can use our office. Because we have regional offices. If you are, somebody was saying that I am in, suppose, Kolkata, we have office in Kolkata, someone is in Delhi, you can use our corporate office. It can be daily meetings also. So these offices are also available for all of you. You don't have to use your own office, buy office, nothing, no investment, no lead generation, no branding, no marketing from your side. All done by Franchise India. And you have to only get your time in. Simple is this. This is your involvement is in this business. Very, very important. If you are involved and you are active, we are super active. And our role would be to help and support you to make you grow. Because at this stage, after 27 years, and as I said, we are market leaders today, world's largest franchise distribution company, we cannot have even one person with us, one partner with us who cannot grow. Because it's a proven system. It's a profitable system. Every brand would need you. Every investor will need us. So when everybody need us, this is the only platform. And if you have ever attended our event, you must have seen then what kind of brands you will see there, what kind of investors who are paying 1,000, 2,000 also and coming to our event. In fact, if I can give an example, I have got one good, that was a friendly person with me, but he was my client. Last 14 years, he was my client. 14 years, he has worked with our company as a general manager of franchise development, and he was coming to all our events. 14 years. He has developed that company and developed their network. More than 300 franchisees he's developed. After that, also he realized that now I want to start something own, and he has now joined us as IFC partner. So because he has seen our growth, he has seen the business growing, how their brand also grown with us. It was starting with zero and then more than 350 franchise all across, and he has developed 3 brands in his career. And he knows that any brand who is looking forward for fundraising, who is looking for franchises, who is looking for network, who is looking to get into different cities, that's the only way, and Franchise India will take you through. And Franchise India platform is the only wherein we go, we get the fundraised and get franchises on board. And that's why he finally decided to become our partner. Likewise, there are other people also who are now franchise professionals, and they have chosen Franchise India as a platform to join us as partner and growing with us. So, friends, thank you so much. We have taken a little more time today, but it is good that we have got a lot of people still with us. Thank you so much, and you have given us a lot of time today. Our team will reach out to you. We will also give you complete understanding on this, and we will soon connect with you. And in case you have any question, we will take up it, and then we will have a joint meeting to understand further. And in case someone want to join us immediately on 7th and 9th, which is absolutely possible, we'll also have that kind of discussion as well. Till then, thank you so much. And from all of us at Franchise India, I would like to have a thank you note, because you have given us more than 1 hour in this webinar, and you have no opportunity to talk to us, to interact with us. It's only digitally, but then we are thankful that you have given us enough time. We'll soon connect with you, and please have your all questions and queries. If you have, we can connect together. And in case I'm required, I'll also come on the call. But all our regional heads will give you complete understanding on this. So understand this, and then we'll have 10-minute interaction with our chairman as well. Once again, thank you so much.